Hello, my name is Ed Brown of Courage, Image, and Charisma Suit. I want to take you back in time for those who may be old enough to remember the 1990s. In the 1990s, the buzzword was motivation. We had motivational speakers, motivational concepts, we had motivational applications, we had all these motivational dynamics that for the first time in the annals of humanity, people were saying, what's my purpose? What's my passion? How can I have more out of life? And am I going in the right direction to achieve those things? And it was a great halcyon days of old when that was happening, because a lot of people for the first time were asking and doing things they didn't think they could ask or do. But there was a challenge during that time that perhaps we can actually learn from that day and improve our lives right now. The challenge was that if I was an employer for Home Depot or Coca-Cola or one of the multinationals, and I brought in Tony Robbins or Les Brown to speak for 45 minutes and paid them $50,000, my employees were great for about 2 or 3 days. They came to work, they were on a high, they were on a new resolution, I'm going to do better, I'm going to go after my dreams. And then after 2 or 3 days, it dwindled. Before you know it, they were going back to the way of thinking, not being as productive, not being as self-disciplined, not being as focused, not being as motivated. And as time went on, I believe employers start saying, you know what, we're not going to do this. We're not going to bring a person here to motivate our employees and then don't see any return on our investment down the line. And I think the challenge was there was no what do we do after we are inspired by this message? What happens after this? What are the steps that we need to take after this? And because there were no steps to take after that other than the rah, 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 the emotionality of it, then obviously there was no return on the investment. I submit to you that the greatest thing that could have happened once you're inspired by a message is the steps to be had after that message. If psychologists say it takes 21 days to form habits, then we needed at least 21 days of how-tos to start transforming our lives in ways that will allow us to have a life and a productivity that we're looking for. And so I want to submit to you that if you would just take 1 minute and say to yourself, what's the most compelling thing in my life that I want to achieve? And what is it going to take? What habits do I need to form? What steps do I need to take? And what are the venues by which I can penetrate that will allow this idea to manifest itself? And so as I was thinking about the failings of the 1990s as it relates to what was not happening and what can actually be transformed then into now, I said, well, if it's 21 days that we need to transform our habits and create a process by which we achieve our dreams, then in 21 days, that's what we'll do. So I created the 21-day how to have extraordinary self-discipline in ways that will allow you to do the things that you couldn't have done in the 1990s because there was no plan. This is your plan. And so if you look down in the descriptive part, there's a link to a website. It's for free. And for 21 days, you will be asked certain things about what you want to achieve. Whether it's 1 or 2 things, I say don't make it more than 3 things. 1 or 2 or 3 things. Allow yourself to go through the process 21 days and let me know after 21 days what has happened. I submit to you that not only will you have a design the life that you want, you'll form the habits that move you towards doing the things you thought you never could do. And so try it. Try the process out. You have nothing to fear in this endeavor. It has nothing but good things involved in it, but it was taken from the idea that unless you inspire people with a process, the inspiration of the message alone will not do. So try it out and tell me what you think.